pretty good job, Hasbro. Yes, the Nerf FanFest live stream for 2022 has come and gone, and admittedly, it was incredibly short and didn't really have a whole lot to show off. But with the reveal of the brand new NERF Retro Sharp92 Blaster, there was some hidden details that we could definitely explore and possibly even get excited about. But first, we have to talk about Nerf's new, old blaster. And no, unfortunately, it was not the 95 Crossbow, which is a bit of a monkey's paw anyway, and let's face it, they'll probably get around to this one if they're gonna do a line of retro-themed blasters, because for us in the hobby, this is one of the most iconic retro blasters. If you don't understand why the NERF Crossbow is so loved, well, one, it's a stupidly cool crossbow that shot two different types of ammunition, but it also features a ridiculously huge plunger tube and awesome ergonomics that made it a powerhouse in the Nerf modding community. But Nerf is going back even farther than the 95 Kenner crossbow. They are re-releasing, a bit changed, the NERF Sharpshooter, their first and original dart blaster. Comparing the two side by side, I don't have a physical version of either of them here. I'm sure I have a Sharpshooter somewhere in all of the bins that I own. The new Sharpshooter 92 features updated aesthetics, but it's still supposed to be one-to-one with the original release, and they have changed the ammo type from the original Sharpshooter darts, or the re-release of the Mega version, the old school Mega, not the new school Mega, to new school Mega with a retro flare, something I'm pretty excited about. We get super official, at least of the model they're holding, pretty cool looking Mega darts with suction tips, and everything about this just screams early 90s. The color scheme with the bright pink contrasting with the dark blue, this is what you would hope to see with a re-release of a beloved blaster. They did not show it firing, but they did mention it's been brought up to current performance standards and more worryingly current safety regulations, but I guess that's kind of unavoidable. And that was the part I was really worried about, because modern Hasbro does some weird stuff to blasters for seemingly no reason. I mean, they claim that it's for safety standards, but then all of their competitors do way better without, I would assume, still adhering to those safety standards because they're on store shelves. I don't think Walmart is gonna put something in their own brand on store shelves that doesn't pass safety standards. But what do I know? I'm just a humble fat kid on the internet. But if we delve a little bit deeper, there's more to this, because this is something that Hasbro probably should have done from the get-go, and they are doing it with this new blaster release. But this is the start of the new NERF Limited Retro Blaster line. Hiya folks, Editing Walcom here. Make sure to like and subscribe and all that stuff, please. We're actually near 200k subscribers and that would be awesome. I have something special planned. But anyway, when they revealed this blaster line through their live stream, they had a render of the back of the box that clearly stated it was a NERF Limited Retro line. However, few hours later, when they actually put the blasters up for pre-order on Amazon, their high-quality rendered image shows that it just says NERF Retro Line. So that changes the narrative of this video somewhat. Line, and on the back of the box that they showed, it does say blasters. This is the first. Now, if we were to look at the set behind them, we can get an idea of what they plan on re-releasing. Like, I don't know, the NERF Aerostorm, which is visible behind them on the set twice, or the Secret Shot, which is also sitting on a shelf behind the hosts. So that's two big clues, but they could be red herrings, or they could both be included in this new retro line, which means that they're actually putting something on Hasbro Pulse for NERF fans that is not a crappy tie-in with something you might not care about. I like the idea of making a bunch of themed blasters off popular pop culture things that get people who may not normally Nerf into nerfing. However, I don't like the fact that they're gonna pay $120 for something that should probably only be about 20 or 30 bucks, but they get to pay I don't know, 3 times markup for it, just paying a lot of money for something that might resemble something that they like from some show or movie or franchise or what have you. It's a neat idea, like a Trojan horse. It's like, hey, you like Thing? Well, we have a Nerf thing. You like Nerf too? You might remember it? Well, buy this thing because it's Nerf and that other thing you like. But this is a good step forward. It's a slow step forward. The whole NERF Limited Retro line should have been a thing from the get-go, but here we are. The question is, what blasters are they going to actually put in this line, and what can we get excited about? There's no doubt in my mind that Hasbro would not put out the 95 crossbow. I mean, the arrows were current as of the blazing bow, so those are modern Nerf, even the modern Nerf bow and arrow from the late 2000s, they should still be able to make those things. And the crossbow is a cool, sleek, and loved blaster. The Aerostorm is a great choice because it's actually a really good blaster, both stock because it shoots arrows and modified because that's a pretty capable, hefty spring load, primary worthy blaster, at least in the olden days of Nerf modding. Plus it's cool, it holds a lot of arrows and looks like something out of an anime. The Secret Shot is also much loved because that's a blaster where not only can you just normally use it like you would with a sharpshooter, but then you can also flip the dart holder down and that will actually redirect the airflow into the grip where you have another dart ready. So you can use it like a normal Nite Finder, then flip it down and prime it and shoot something out of the grip, which somebody might not be expecting. Other iconic blasters I'd like to see from a NERF Retro line. We're talking anything pre-2000s. The NERF Bazooka. That thing is stupidly fun, even to today. It holds a lot of ammo. It's not the hardest hitting blaster ever or anything like that, but it was all over the place in pop culture back in the 90s. The Bazooka is about as Nerf as it can get. The Max Force Manta. This thing already fires Mega out of the box, and it is one of the coolest blasters Nerf has ever made. The problem is the shields are incredibly thin, weird, brittle plastic, especially nowadays, and the priming rods all break. So you basically can't use it whatsoever unless you want it to break. If you actually try to use it in a war, you're gonna break the shield. If you prime it and fire it too many times, you're gonna break the priming rods. That is a blaster that could 100%, it just needs slightly different materials used for it. You don't even have to try to convert it to shoot anything else. It works fine right now with standard Mega darts. Please give the Manta the love it needs. And of course, the NERF Ratchet Blast. This blaster is so much fun. It is so cool. It is one of the coolest things Nerf has ever made ever. But it's another blaster that is prone to breaking and is super hard to get your hands on. So a slightly modified modern version that could still do the whip, maybe having slightly reinforced internals. I would love to see that blaster come back. Those are my pipe dreams, and quite honestly, any of these, if they're just properly remade, good quality blasters, I will pay almost any amount of money for, Hasbro.
Oh, I can just smell the money already.
Give us things that we want. It doesn't matter if they're at a premium because you're selling them to Nerf fans. So considering how expensive Nerf Nano Rays are and how fragile they are, there's a lot of money that I would pay to get one, even if it's not worth it for practically anybody but hardcore Nerf fans. I would happily pay a premium to be able to play with one again without having to worry about anything. Now, there are a lot of old Nerf blasters out there, but the most important thing is, especially if you're a younger kid and you want to get your hands on older Nerf stuff, what's something that you would like to see re-released again that you would be willing to spend a bit more money for than usual? Sound off in the comment section because maybe Hasbro's paying attention down there. You never know. I'm not gonna say this is a slam dunk for Hasbro. What I am gonna say is that's a step in the right direction for Hasbro Pulse. I'm amazed it took this long for them to use this site for Nerf stuff that is for Nerf fans and not Nerf fans who also like pop culture things. But that's all I've got for you. I'm Walcom S7. Thank you very much for joining me for this video. And hey, if you got to the end, chances are you might like what I do here. So please hit like, get subscribed, ring the bell, leave a comment, do all that algorithmic garbage to help this channel grow so you can help this hobby grow. And of course, I hope to see you in an entirely different video. And back on the shelf you go.
You gotta up, outside.